Unmodified. That's what we talking about right now. Yeah. Unmodified, no longer unqualified. These standards are clarified, financial statements verified. Yeah, unmodified, I gotta say, welcome to the other side. Unmodified, no longer unqualified. These standards are clarified, financial statements verified. Yeah, unmodified, I gotta say, welcome to the other side. Reports must be in writing, must be signed in the location, city and state, where to find them in the unmodified opinion. The title must include independent who, what, and when, management's responsibility, fair presentation of financials, you feeling me? Internal control, design, and maintenance. Don't forget the implementation, auditor's responsibility, GAAP, audit in accordance in the US. Plan and perform the audit, obtain reasonable assurance. You better be on it, performing procedures to obtain evidence about amounts and disclosures. Now you getting it, the info is appropriately presented, but the auditor wants to bring something to attention. Yeah, unmodified, no longer unqualified. These standards are clarified, financial statements verified. Yeah, unmodified, I gotta say, welcome to the other side. Unmodified, no longer unqualified. These standards are clarified, financial statements verified. Yeah, unmodified, I gotta say, welcome to the other side. Unmodified opinion, the financial statements is when they are materially misstated, unable to obtain sufficient appropriate evidence. Just listen, yeah, here's the mission. Title, Introduction, you see, management and auditors' responsibility. Basis for modified opinion, audit opinion, modified opinion. Yeah, now we winning. Represent component auditor, group engagement partner assumes responsibility for the work. Additional audit procedures, let's do it. Yes. And performing risk assessments of group engagement partners doesn't assume responsibility. Gotta reference the auditor's work, you see. Requirements for representing that, it's gotta be in accordance with PCAOB. Unmodified, no longer unqualified. These standards are clarified, financial statements verified. Yeah, unmodified, I gotta say, welcome to the other side. Unmodified, no longer unqualified. These standards are clarified, financial statements verified. Yeah, unmodified, I gotta say, welcome to the other side. Another 71.com presents IFRS versus GAAP. Get out your 10 key, Excel spreadsheet, Ninja CPA. We gonna beat any exam, we achieve that beat. I first be the king on this street. International account, standards board, issues IFRS, they do that and more. The most authoritative place you can see the management looks for guidance, accounting policies. IASB, brainwork, yeah, it helps to develop standards that work, but it's not a standard itself. No, it ain't, can't supersede any standards. Authority, verifiability, different people would reach the same conclusion. Are you feeling me? Understandability, easy to use and understand, that's the plan. Let's keep going in, timeliness, I need that info one time so I can decide how to do things right. IFRS don't allow extraordinary items. IFRS don't allow LIFO, it don't like them. Get out your 10 key, Excel spreadsheet, Ninja CPA. We gonna beat any exam, we achieve that beat. IFRS be the king on this street. Current assets and liabilities, GAAP only requires intent, not execution. See contingent liability, uncertain future events, those are contingencies. IFRS, improbable and measurable, classified as a provision. Please listen when it comes to timing or amount. Payment is uncertain, and that's for certain. GAAP, probable, reasonably possible, or remote. Yeah, now you know. fines can be recorded using one or two methods: fair value through profit or loss, or amortized cost. Deferred taxes uses the liability method to do the taxing. Only probable deferred tax assets get reported. All others, yeah, it's best to ignore it. Get out your 10 key Excel spreadsheet, Ninja CPA. We gonna beat any exam. We achieve that beat. I first be the king on this street. The income statement: income, finance costs, profit, loss, discontinued ops, in tax expense. Non-controlling interest is what you get. PP&E valuation, value using one or two options. Let's state them: cost model and revaluation model. You can't remember this if my lyrics you follow. Pensions, defined benefit plans, project unit, credit method. It calculates the PV of the defined benefit obligation. Get out your 10 key Excel spreadsheet, Ninja CPA. We gonna beat any exam. We achieve that beat. I first be the king on this street. Are you a CPA exam ninja? www.another71.com. Another71.com presents Death and Taxes. IRS, the taxes are mounting. Let's go through cash basis accounting. Allow for individuals owning a business. For corporations, they can't get with this. Carryovers, passive activity loss. No carry back, no, not at all. Investment interest expense is greater than investment income. Yes, yes, installment sales. Gross profit divided by contract price, that's right. Home mortgage interest, we doing it real. Deductible on loans up to 1 mil. Business gifts, Schedule C, $25 per person. Don't you see? Service awards up to $400 all deductible. Yeah, that's what's up. Come on, death and taxes, both unavoidable. Death and taxes, both unenjoyable. You got death, you got taxes. The IRS always coming after. Death and taxes, both unavoidable. Death and taxes, both unenjoyable. You got death, you got taxes. The IRS always coming after. Business losses are no fun, but they only offset active business income like W-2. Yeah, that's true, but passive losses, nah, they don't do it. Conventions, personal property equals mid-year divided by mid-quarter. Honestly, business startup costs can ruin my day, but at least I can deduct up to 5K. Medical expense paid on behalf of another, like a mother, father, or brother. Then they don't gotta live with you. But if they more distant than a cousin, well then yes they do. Foreign income and real estate tax, Schedule A, they all deductible on tax day. Investment expense doesn't include interest expense, and that I hope you don't forget. Yo, death and taxes, both unavoidable. Death and taxes, both unenjoyable. You got death, you got taxes. The IRS always coming after. Death and taxes, both unavoidable. Death and taxes, both unenjoyable. You got death, you got taxes. The IRS always coming after. Tax audits, no statute of limitations for fraud or failure to file. You did wrong. Non-business bad debt, well, it's treated as short-term capital loss, STCL. Tax refund claims, 3 years of return due date, or 2 years of tax being paid. Scholarships are not taxable if you took the money and used it for tuition and books. Yeah, another71.com. Death and taxes, death and taxes. Yeah, another71.com and Ninja CPA back again. Ready for BEC economics, that's right, study hard, let's go. Yo, Let's talk about the supply curve. When an item price increases, supply does for sure. Positive supply curve, shift right. The market's flooded with companies selling all night. Shift left for a negative supply curve shift. Cost of producing an item increases. If gold goes up, let's go watch as a Macy. Lower equilibrium, GDP on the demand curve. When the price goes up, demand goes down, they don't want that stuff. If demand changes due to something other than price, a demand shift occurs. Ain't that nice? Yeah. It's the ECO to the NOMICS. Better do good on your test. Supply and demand, that's the plan. Economic cycles all across the land. It's the ECO to the NOMICS. Better do good on your test. Supply and demand, that's the plan. Economic cycles all across the land. Equilibrium price. Quantity supplied equals quantity demanded, yeah, that's right. Optimal production, marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Am I getting through? Yup. And when we're talking about the GDP, remember that's goods and services produced domestically. Even a foreign company with a US factory, but a US company abroad, that'll get added on. The consumer price index gives prices relative to an earlier time, like when you chewed on chiclets. The GDP deflator converts GDP to real GDP, getting that green. Yeah. It's the ECO to the NOMICS. Better do good on your test. Supply and demand, that's the plan. Economic cycles all across the land. It's the ECO to the NOMICS. Better do good on your test. Supply and demand, that's the plan. Economic cycles all across the land. The discount rate is the rate the bank gets when they borrow money from the Fed. The prime rate, well, that's the rate that you're gonna get if you're a customer and they love you the best. If the real interest rate is what you wanted, remember that's inflation adjusted. The risk-free rate takes into account certainty of payback on a certain date. Currency, coins, and deposits M1. Highly liquid assets BM2. We having fun. A tariff is the imported goods tax. The quota is the limit that they got you at. Yeah. It's the ECO to the NOMICS. Better do good on your test. Supply and demand, that's the plan. Economic cycles all across the land. It's the ECO to the NOMICS. Better do good on your test. Supply and demand, that's the plan. Economic cycles all across the land. Become a CPA exam ninja at another71.com.